Steve Stevens here, coming to you from the Geary, Stein and Stevens Show home offices in Bristol, Connecticut. And Bristol, Connecticut is also home to ESPN. And I had the privilege and honor of working with so many amazing people along the years. And one of those was Howie Schwab. And Howie was so great because he started not only innovation in the statistical world, but he also created a show called Stump the Schwab that aired on ESPN. And Howie was legendary in his lifetime, working close side by side with Dick Vitale, giving you some of the greatest insights and information along the way for college basketball and all other sports. You know, we tried to create a lot of great moments on this show over the last couple of years, and one of those was when Howie agreed to come on and stump Nabaté Isles, the Grammy Award-winning jazz artist who beat Stump the Schwab on ESPN, one of very few people that could claim that. And this was also what turned out to be Howie's last television appearance. So without further ado, let's take you to one last Stump the Schwab. And we have to talk about your sports background a little bit because, you won Sports Jeopardy, and you were also one of the few people that ever beat my old buddy, Howie Schwab.
Oh, so you know Schwab.
You remember that show?
That's oh my God. That's such an honor to know that gentleman. He is he's wonderful, and he's an inspiration, just an inspiration as a person. His knowledge is so incredible, and just how the humility he has, and he's such a warm and gracious individual. So, shout out to the man, Mr. Howie Schwab, absolutely. Oh, wow.
Well, thank you, Nabaté. Thank you. Appreciate it, brother.
Oh my God,
so,
this is beautiful. Wow.
Made a couple calls, and I was like, "Hey, Howie, you doing anything tonight? We got one of the, I think, Howie 14.
Well, the Yankees are awful, so it's good.
And the Mets too. We sell it.
The Marlins-Philly game was good. Philly scored 3 in the 9th.
Yeah, we'll talk a little trade deadline a little bit here.
Yeah, we'll get that in a second. But Howie, what was it like again to when you're the god and when it comes to that, and to have this young kid? He was a youngster in those days that came out. I mean, what was that like for you?
Well, first of all, let me say it's a pleasure to know Nabaté. I'm so happy he's won Grammys. He's going to win his own Grammy. He's put out his own albums. He's doing great. He's married. He has a beautiful child, and he's a great father, and he's a great human being. So I love Nabaté. Very fond of him. Always liked him. Yes, he beat me. He beat me because I was dumb enough to give him 3 boxing questions. And I didn't realize he worked with Lou DiBella. And so I blew that, but that's okay.
Roy Jones.
Roy Jones. Fair and square. Yeah, I know.
It's the Roy Jones, which is my favorite boxer ever, Roy Jones. So,
he beat me. He was very good, and give him credit. I lost 16 times over the years, and he was one of them. Nabaté was great. I'm glad we stayed friends, as it turned out, and very happy for him. I do talk to him once in a while, and we should come down to Florida and perform. I want to see him.
Yeah, I'm sure. I gotta set that up. I gotta set that up for sure. I'm back in Atlanta though on October 1st, FYI. But that's
Ventura is not Atlanta, unfortunately.
I know.
But to answer your question, it was fine. I lost to him. He was fine. It was a cordial situation.
While we have you, Howie, do we have something where we could call it Stump Nabaté?
Maybe we do.
Let's see what you got, my friend.
Okay.
I'm coming with a fastball.
Okay, all right. 99 or 100 or like.
I don't know. Don't throw like I used to. Here we go. Who's the only Heisman Trophy winner to play in a Final Four?
Only Heisman Trophy winner to play in the Final Four. Dang, it ain't Charlie Ward because he played in the Elite Eight.
Right.
With Florida State. Ooh, okay, Final Four. Okay, and it ain't D McNabb, it ain't D Nice, because Syracuse didn't make the Final Four.
Right.
Ooh. Yeah, and he didn't win a Heisman.
Right.
He was a runner-up. Oh boy. That is a good one. I'm gonna think. No, like time period, right? No
Some
time.
1941 World War II guy or something, right?
A little later than that.
Oh boy. Let me see. Heisman. Trying to think of the teams that made the Final Four. I give up. That is a good one, Howie. You got me.
I'll give you all night. I'll give you all night. You won't get it.
Wait.
The answer is Terry Baker of Oregon State.
Oh my God, I would never know that. Yeah, that's like yeah.
That's
Terry Baker of Oregon State.
Oregon
Okay,
that's my
a good
fastball question.
Oh my
One
God,
time in Atlanta, I was down there, and when we were doing Stump the Schwab, and a guy came up to me in a restaurant, and said, "You'll never get this in a million years." And he asked me that, and I nailed it right away. And the guy looked at me like,
"You see,
leave you."
That's why Howie's the man. You know. Oh, you got me with that one. Wow.
Yeah, that was that wasn't fair. I know.
And Oregon State, like I was thinking, but that was the only time they made the Final Four, right?
Yep.
That's right. Because they didn't make it with GP. You know, GP is their best player ever. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Yeah, Gary.
We're supposed to be talking about music here, and we suddenly broke into a sports talk show, but no. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back, talk a little more with Howie, and again, get more back into this jazz stuff. You're watching Geary, Stein and Stevens.
Nabaté's the guest. I just popped in.
You crashed, You crashed the party.
Anything for Dave Stevens.
Well, don't go away.
Hi, everybody. Dave Stevens for the Geary, Stein and Stevens Show at the Miami Marlins ballpark. And you know what? We get great stars, celebrities, and entertainers on our show, but there's all kinds of great programming and content on Your Home TV. Your Home TV is a free on-demand streaming service reaching global audiences. They feature family-friendly programs with a vast selection of topics and interests. Their platform ideally matches content producers, leading viewers, smart device precision, and immersive HD experiences, plus ease of transaction solutions for everyone. Plus, they've got great shows and content like A Moment of Zen, Financial Freedom, the Retirement Halftime Show, and Make It Happen. And they have all kinds of travel shows, food shows, great programming, and great content. So, for more information, go to yourhometv.com. Check out the Geary, Stein and Stevens Show and all of the other great shows. yourhometv.com. Tell them Dave sent you. Hi, everybody. Dave Stevens here for the Geary, Stein and Stevens Show from Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Rays. And you know what? Not everybody can be a Major League Baseball player, but you can look like $1 million. What's the best way to do that? Well, go to freshcleanthreads.com. Don't believe me? That's right. You can look professional, feel good, and not spend a lot of money by wearing Fresh Clean Threads. They have amazing shirts. They've got Henleys and polos, long sleeves, and even bomber jackets. And if you like them, you can save some money by typing in the show code GSS Show from the Geary, Stein and Stevens Show to save 20% off. So if you can't be a major leaguer and you want to dress like one, well, go to freshcleanthreads.com. That's freshcleanthreads.com. Tell them Dave sent you. Use that code GSS Show.
All right, welcome back, and we are here for part 2 of the fun, and Howie Schwab has joined us, and Howie.
Hey, Dave, you do great promo, Dave. I love that.
Yes,
well,
great promos.
Yes,
it doesn't pay the
next
bills.
Time you come down to Miami's park.
Well, if they started playing and play better, we might be able to do some playoff coverage.
Yeah.
But Howie, I wanted to give because I know you've been talking to Dickie V while we have a chance, and you worked with him so long, and he's been going through so many struggles. I know he's going through chemo right now. If you could just kind of give our fans an update of what he's been going through and how he is.
Well, actually, he has a 6-week period of radiation. Unfortunately, the cancer came back in his throat. They're trying to cut it down, and hopefully he'll be better. Unfortunately, he's not talking at all. He's on denied voice communications whatsoever. He texts, he tweets, he tries to get out to the fans. He even did an All-America team for next season already. I had nothing to do with it, by the way. He wants to be back on the court so badly. It's his life, and it was really a blow when he found out he had cancer again in his throat. And he went to Boston to see the best doctor there is for that. And now he's in Florida getting the radiation treatments 5 days a week, twice on Friday. Very tough. So everyone, please pray for him. Yes. He's a great man.
And what about your health, Howie? I know you've had some challenges recently. We've been talking, and I just want to make sure you're doing good.
I'm doing better, thank you. Back on June 12th, when the Celtics were playing the Heat in Game 7, of course I know that. I was getting ready to watch the game. My wife came in and said I looked white as a ghost. She wanted to call an ambulance. I told those guys, listen, I'm okay. I'll stay home and watch the game. No, you watch at the hospital. It saved my life. They did a test. They found I had a blood clot and fluid in both my heart and lungs. Needed an immediate procedure. What I didn't know after, my wife told me about 3 weeks later, while I was in the procedure, the doctors came and told her it was 50-50 whether I'd make it. Then they said 40-60. Then they brought her in a room with a social worker and said, be prepared, he may not live. And my wife said, he'll make it. And one of the reasons I'm still alive is because I want to live with my wife forever, or as long as God lets me. And I did a month of rehab in the hospital. I'm doing better. I'm talking a lot better. I mean, for a while there, I could talk maybe 10 minutes and I'd have to hang up because of my breath. I would lose my breath and be tired. Right now, I'm a lot better and happy to be here with Nabaté and you guys, and a lot of fun.
Well, we're glad
to have you here.
Glad that you're still with us, and it's tragic. And before we let you go and get back to our Grammy winner, and I know you've got a couple of Emmys in your bag, but what's going on with the trading deadline? And it has got I can't believe what we have seen, especially the Mets fire sale. I mean, what are your thoughts on what we've seen?
Well, the Mets realized that they weren't going to win this year, so they decided to get some minor league help, some prospects. They've gotten rid of 7 players now, including Escobar, which was before the trade deadline. But, I mean, when you look at it, Verlander and Scherzer, I mean, nice try, Steve Cohen, but it didn't work out. Send them to teams that could win the World Series. That's the way it goes. Now you rebuild. I think the Mets' goal now is to be a winner in 2025. It's going to take a while with the youngsters. And this year, just, what can you say? Disappointing. The Verlander trade was clearly the biggest trade on trade deadline day. There were a few others like Flaherty to the Orioles, which they needed another starting pitcher. I thought was big. There were a few scattered minor trades, but not that many big trades. But there were so many before, like yesterday. So it's going to be interesting because now the favorites are still the Braves, the Astros. If the Rangers get Seager back, they'll be competing. The Dodgers will be up there. But the teams that are going away, like the White Sox and the Mets, I also think the Angels are a very interesting team. The Angels made a bunch of moves to say, Ohtani, we're trying to win. We're trying to make the playoffs. So Ohtani's going to be a free agent. They decided not to get rid of him. And I thought that was very interesting.
Wow. And I wanted to add something, too. It's very interesting because it gives a chance to say if the Angels can make the playoffs. Now, Ohtani is just out of this world. He's one of the greatest baseball players to ever live, for sure. But this will show that in the playoffs, when he has to pitch and hit, can he be that great when the lights are shining bright in the Major League playoffs and at least win a series for the Angels, for the LA Angels? You know what I mean?
Well, first they got to get there, but
right.
The other
he has
thing,
to get there. helped them get there.
The other thing about Ohtani is he's got to stay healthy because he's been hurt a little bit, and that could be a factor as well.
Because if he's
Yeah,
gone,
Howie,
that's it.
I got a quick question to ask you before you go.
Yeah.
You worked a long time with the great late Stuart Scott. Can you just give us a quick good memory you have of, or your favorite memory you have working with him?
It's funny because a friend of mine who was a photographer who came to the set several times told me tonight he has some pictures of me and Stuart, and I can't wait to see them. Stuart was a great guy. Great guy. Fun guy to be around. We had a great time. I got to see his daughters grow up before my eyes when he brought them to the set. And we just had a lot of fun doing the show. I mean, I remember one time they kiddingly had someone sit in for me and do like backflips. And Stuart said, "Oh, that's nothing." And he did one. And it was like, whoa. Well, he was a great athlete. He was a great football and basketball player, and just a great person. And when he had cancer, it was awful. And God bless him. He was a wonderful human being. I loved him.
Yes, indeed.
Well, the legendary Howie Schwab joining us. Thank you for taking some time. I miss you so much in person, and it, I looked, and usually I can find anything on the internet. I could not find your buddy's victory over you, and I looked high and low, and I went through.
Well, I
so
told
many
him to
old
burn
videos.
it, so
because I have the DVD of it, but it was like now we no one has DVD players now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, what a shame. Yeah.
Yeah. But,
Hey,
Howie,
I admit he beat me. It's okay.
while we have Howie, before we let him go, I want to talk about one more sponsor, and you can talk about how important this is to the game because you basically invented it. But BET, Bet Analytics, if you go to their site, you type in the show code GSS Show, they give you all of the weird things. Troy's explained this a little to me. You can bet that LeBron's going to score 26 on a Tuesday against the Heat. But there's so many different ways to bet now that it's not just fantasy sports. So
you bet on pitches. I mean, you bet on anything. It's people are interested in that.
So that's why I wanted to see, so Betalytics is a part of us. They said that, hey, we want to be on your show. So I said, well, let me ask Howie about this because you basically invented
Good
statistics.
Stuff.
So, Howie, thank you so much for joining us and be a part of our show. We're gonna get back to
I'll talk to you soon. I'll talk to you soon.
Man.
I'll be in Canton this weekend, so I'm gonna call you before I go out there.
Okay. Oh, enjoy.
Definitely.
That's right.
All right.
Thank you,
Great,
Howie.
guys. Thank you so much.
Right.
Thank
Take
you.
care, sir.
A legendary
Anytime,
Howie
Dave,
Schwab.
anytime. Thank you.
Get better. Keep
Thank
fighting, my brother. I love you.
Thank you. Love you too, man. Take care.
All right. The
Be
legendary
good. Take
Howie
care, my brother.
Schwab joining us, man.
Thank you for tuning in to the Geary, Stein and Stevens Show. Follow us on social media. Watch us on yourhometv.com, or now we're on Roku. Download it and watch us. And thanks for tuning in. Until next time, America.